on line number 4.
I think we've all learned a little something, haven't we? Sometimes the person offering help is not always the best to offer the help. In the case of Beverly, having her brother-in-law invest that money for her would be the equivalent of sending Andy Dick to the pharmacy to pick up a prescription for you. Either way, you're going to wind up empty-handed and you're not going to feel any better. Don't be a stranger, Beverly. Please call back again if you have any other questions.
That was some uncharacteristically good advice.
I always give good advice, Mick. But sometimes I just feel like you're not listening to what I'm saying.
You mean like when you told that 67-year-old woman that the MMA may have been her best bet for making some money?
I just meant she should have bet on some fights.
She took that jiu-jitsu class and shattered her hip.
And that's what happens when you forget to sweep the leg.
Or the time that you recommended to the chairman of the Asian Heritage Parade that he should have Mark Wahlberg as the Grand Marshal?
God is my witness, Mick. I just got Mark Wahlberg and Ken Jeong mixed up with each other.
How? And I really do want to know, how do you get those two guys confused?
Because they're both such great actors.
What?
What?
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Like a fox.
What?
What?
Anyway, there's a caller on line 1.
You know, the thing about a shark is he's got lifeless eyes, just black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
All that woman was wondering is if you could recommend her a restaurant in Salt Lake City.
Oh, is that what she said? I have no idea. I've never been there.
Caller on line number 2.
That last caller reminded me of a story. It was myself and Wilford Brimley, and we were flying to Reno, and we had like a 3-hour layover in Salt Lake City, so we went to get something to eat.
Wait, but you just said you'd never...
So anyway, Will says...
Oh man, that breaker tripped again. Don't move, Craig. I know this entire studio like the back of my hand. Oh, is that the one in that little cubby hole that you have to kind of reach your hand into to reset it? Yeah, and it probably really should have been moved in that 1986 studio remodel. Don't worry, man. It's right by me. I got it. No, I'm right here by it now. Don't even... So, would you like to talk about that incident?
Talk about what?
Well, what just happened a few moments ago when I was trying to reset that breaker so we could get the lights back on in the studio.
All I was doing was trying to help you.
You, in the pitch black darkness, managed to put your hand in my mouth, like full on in there.
I thought I was putting my hand into that little cubby.
Didn't you feel like you were putting that big meaty paw of yours into something moist?
Let's use the word damp. I'm not a fan of the word moist.
That's fine, but I mean, at what point did you know you had your fingers in a human mouth?
Honestly, not until I heard the choking and gagging.
So just not when you felt tongue or teeth?
Nope.
Well, then share with me, what point did you find out?
It was actually that punch to the throat that you gave me.
That was just purely an instinctive movement.
I understand it was purely instinct. There's no hard feelings over here.
Well, then let's chalk that up as a teachable moment and we'll try to move on.
I agree. The only direction to move is forward.
We have a Mindy on line 3.
Well, I've never heard the term drooling podiatrist used as an insult before, especially since you were telling me about your orthodontist. But regardless, if I were you, I think I'd try to find another dentist or podiatrist.
Actually, that caller just asked if you could recommend a good lawyer.
I cannot.
Well, then in that situation, why didn't you just say that?
I had a strong feeling that she just needed a platform to speak her truth.
Wow. We are running short on time.
It looks like we're running short on time this week, ladies and gentlemen. But don't worry, next week we'll be back with our guest, Red Fox and former First Lady Rosalind Carter. Should be a hoot.